The May 14 edition of AEW Dynamite promised a breach bake special with multiple huge matches coming from the Now Arena in Chicago. Samoa Joe's menaced the Death Riders for weeks and finally got his shot for the world title against Jon Moxley inside a steel cage. But we started things off with Will Ospreay and Hangman Adam Page trying to get on the same page to battle Takeshita and Josh Alexander of the Don Callis family. And yeah, they worked great together for a while until some miscommunications almost ruined everything. They refocused enough to hit a buckshot lariat and a hidden blade combination on Alexander to win. Takeshita attacked after the result, but the aerial assassin fought him off. Ospreay took an inadvertent shot at Hangman and two almost came to blows. This was a great opener, helped by the tag and chemistry of both teams. Hangman and Ospreay both looked phenomenal together despite no experience teaming. If AEW wants to build a full tag story between these men, it could genuinely sell people. Takeshita and Alexander are great wrestlers too, but their chemistry has been taking time to solidify. This is the best they've looked together. Some of the shots will feature perfectly in Double or Nothing thing. The miscommunications were perfectly timed, and yeah, just can't wait for that match. 8 out of 10 from me. We then got Ricochet versus Zach Gowen, and Ricochet mocking Gowen early, but Gowen was able to get Ricochet out of sorts with his unique style. However, the one and only dodged the moonsault and hit the Spirit Gun to win. After the victory, Mark Briscoe made the save and Ricochet attacked Gowen from behind. This was shockingly good. Gowen had not wrestled a match for over a year and rarely worked a major TV match since 2004. Despite this, he looked incredible working Ricochet and came as a genuine threat. In the end, it always helps with a hot heel and a great athlete like Ricochet, but Gowen more than held his own. The match was limited because of Gowen's wrestling career, but Ricochet getting another win adds the heat. I'll go with a 6 out of 10. The Hurt Syndicate, after short resistance from Bobby Lashley, spared and locked then down Dante Martin and Hurt Lock for a submission win, while Shelton Benjamin kept Darius Martin from interfering in the Hurt Syndicate top flight match. Afterwards, Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara came out to call their shot for a World Tag Team Championship match, and CRU interrupted, and MVP agreed that the winner will face the Hurt Syndicate at Double or Nothing, which will be an intriguing match. Dante and Darius got a little more respect here. They were barely more than a squash, however, Top Flight will not disappear after this. While Leo Rush and Andretti as they built their way towards the shot, it was sure to see the RH Tag Champions call their chance out of nowhere. The Aftermath decided this is right. It could have the Sons and Texans getting strong presence on AEW going toward it. CRU could get a shot at the Hurt Syndicate sooner or later. What happens to get the Sons and Texans at collision. So yeah, intrigued to see how that goes. But MJF was then out, and he was genuinely terrified of receiving another no from Lashley and hid behind Tony Khan. Meanwhile, Shelton Benjamin got him to come out, and MVP, the gold standard and the Almighty, gave him a thumbs up. MVP announced contract signing with MJF next week. This was short, sweet, and to the point. MJF almost flaking out at the end was completely in character, helped by much teasing it might all go wrong. Instead, the long-awaited moment, and yeah, it's like the best option at this stage. It's disappointing another segment needs to be made official with contract signing because it will lead to pointless stuff. However, it's a chance for MJF to find out what the Hurt Syndicate will be like, and yeah, I personally think it could be a very interesting story. So yeah, good stuff. Next up on Dynamite was another women's eliminator with Toni Storm, AEW, Mina Shirakawa and Sky Blue battling out. And after some wild action, Mina caught Storm with a reverse small package to her large package to get the win. A graphic quickly went up, showcasing the match for Double or Nothing. Aubrey Edwards tried to help AEW to the back, but Mercedes Renee attacked her, but Jamie Hayter made a save and locked the CEO and the statement maker until the officials broke it up. The official debut of Mina as a member of the roster was a huge success. This was a fun match, and yeah, showed Mina could defeat Storm. The action was solid, not the cleanest. Blue's Clee still thinks ring back that together, and AZM is a major star in the contest. The booking smartly protects the New Japan Strong Women's Champion, as she always seems to be strong working at this level. While the World Championship match comes off a bit rushed, Mina has a lot of history with Storm. No doubt they're going to create an incredible match. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Nigel McGuinness then apologised to Tony Schiavone and Daniel Garcia for getting involved in Garcia's match with Dax. Garcia tried to convince the commentator to keep up the fight with FTR. Stokely offered a tag match where Garcia and McGuinness teamed against FTR. FTR attacked their rivals in the ring until Daddy Magic made the save of a crowbar. An immediate follow-up collision. This was strong storytelling, aided in particular by McGuinness telling the truth of his chances against FTR. This is not a fight he expects to win, but he's likely to do it anyway for his pride. This may not be a must-see match, but it's been a great story leading up to it, and yeah, I'd definitely be intrigued to see what will happen if it goes down at Double or Nothing. And then after a wild and violent main event, Jon Moxley and Samoa Joe in a World Championship Steel Cage match. Jon Moxley was caught in his coquina clutch by Samoa Joe, but Willow Nightingale and Powerhouse Hobbs stopped the Death Riders from interfering, but Gabe Kidd threw in a briefcase for Mox. The Death Riders leaders used to blast the Sumo submission machine and get the win. Afterwards, the Young Bucks came out to do more damage. Omega tried to make a save, and Okada hit him and sent him into the ring. The Elite lowered the cage again. Swerve blasted everyone and with a Swerve stomp. The heels bailed and the Mogul announced the Anakin Arena for Double or Nothing. It was a solid night of action, ending with a strong main event. Joe and Mox delivered what was exactly required of them, brutalising each other. The Samoan submission machine has never had a real chance to win, but has always brought his best to what may be one of his last world title opportunities. While the surprise arrival of Kidd left far more questions than answers, these should be fun questions to answer on the future of the Elite and the Bullet Club. In the meantime, Anakin Arena has been announced in any combination of the men and women involved, and yet it promises to be a brutal match. The stage has been set well for Double or Nothing to deliver chaotic action on top of great matches, even if it was most likely to be an event setting the stage for an even better all-in. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I thought, an intriguing little segment to close it off. Definitely be intrigued to see where we're going with Anakin Arena. But yeah, on the whole, this was really good stuff. A decent cage match, 6 out of 10. Overall, this week, Dynamite gets a 6 out of 10 from me. I thought, yeah, it was a pretty solid episode of Dynamite, mostly focused on that main event. But for me, the opening match was by far the strongest part of the show. So yeah, I thought there were some bits in AEW as we build up towards Double. I think it really advanced the story this week. Other bits maybe I'm not so sure. So I'd say a middling show, 6 out of 10.
That's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.